Hi friends, my name's Hannah and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different, which I've not really seen much on YouTube or really seen people talk about, but it's something that I really love, so I want to talk about it in this video, and that is Disney Crochet. So that is a new magazine. It's a subscription based magazine and I think there's going to be like 100 issues or something, and it's through Crochet Partworks, which I've subscribed to before. They do a lot of different magazines for arts and crafts, and they do a lot of Disney actually, and I have subscribed to them before, but I've now subscribed to Disney Crochet, and I thought today I'd talk about issues 1 and 2, just sort of do a review and show you the first 2 squares of the blanket that I've made, because the idea of this subscription is to make a blanket. So let's go. I'm sorry by the way for all of the mowing outside. My neighbours have decided that this is the perfect time to mow their lawn, and this is probably the only time that I've got to film this, and I just thought I'd do it now. So sorry for any background noise, it's really irritating. So like I said, Disney Crochet is a subscription based crochet magazine. Now if you haven't heard of it, I'll leave a couple of links below to the website. This is obviously not sponsored at all, although if you'd like to, I'm right here. But I just want to talk about it because I genuinely love it. So I don't quite know where to start. I've got so much on my desk to talk about, but I will say I'm wearing my own crocheted jumper. I think you can probably tell it's handmade. I need to make the neckline a little bit smaller. Just a couple of stitches. I think that'll make it a lot better, but this is hand crocheted. I'm pretty new to the world of crochet. I've been crocheting for quite a few months, but only doing sort of basic stitches. I've made a couple of plushes, I've made a few hats, I have made a few of my own patterns, but pretty basic ones, and I do feel like this magazine is good whether you're a beginner or more advanced, because there's definitely a lot of advanced patterns in here as well as beginner ones, which I'll talk about. I will show you a flip through sort of what's in the magazines, as well as showing you everything that I've made from it. So first of all, here is the sort of handout that came with the first magazine. The first one was 99p, and I actually got 2 copies because I had already subscribed, but then I saw it in the shop, and as it was only 99p, I thought I would pick it up. So this is just sort of a overview of what you are going to get in the magazine, basically like an ad, I guess, and it says what you get if you subscribe. So you get a free issue with your first delivery, you get a free crochet hook set, a free binder and dividers with your 3rd delivery, so I'm really looking forward to that because I've got it. My current organisation is this very pink binder, which is fine, but I know that when you get these sort of binders, these magazines are designed to be taken apart and put into different sections, and the binder comes with different things, I hope, to put it in those different sections. You get a tote bag and an accessory kit. There is also a premium magazine subscription, which is £1 more per issue, but I didn't really like the patterns that came with it, so I decided not to opt for that. So here is the first magazine. I'm gonna try and do a camera flip and talk through the magazine so you guys can see it in a little bit more detail. So like I said, each issue you get a new square. The first one is this Mickey Mouse square, which I'll try and show a little bit closer up here. So it's just in double crochet with the Mickey Mouse here. The ears are a little bit too close together, but it's okay. And I've just got a 1 written on this piece of paper attached through. It's a little bit too small. I'm going to try and block it, but I might actually have to redo it because it's just a little bit too small. I think I was a little bit tight in my crocheting, but like I said, because I bought 2 copies of it, I've actually got a whole bunch of wool to talk about. So in the first issue you got a 4mm crochet hook and you got 3 balls of wool. So this is obviously for the main square, for the Mickey, and then the white is for part of the outside and also for the second issue, which was the Moana square. So I used the white for the Moana one as well. Let's take a look through the first issue, and I'm going to sort of jump between me talking and you guys having a look at the magazine. So we have the Mickey motif, and I really liked that there's pictures in here as well as basic patterns. So down the bottom you can see where it says background square pattern, and then on page, well, the next page, they don't have page numbers, on the next page the Mickey motif pattern has just like a a general pattern as well as pictures, and I really like that because as a beginner I'm not used to creating squares. Well, I should be, but I haven't really created squares before I did this. I just sort of went straight into round things, so having the pictures was super helpful as well. Here is my first version of the Mickey. I think the Mickey, I don't know if he looks better, but you can see that if you look closely and if you know your crochet, I was actually going only through the back loops, and it's created, actually I think I was only going through the front loops, and it's created this funny sort of ribbed effect, which if you look at the second one it doesn't have. So that's why I decided to redo it, because I realised I was crocheting wrong basically. But I really like that you do get quite big balls of wool. You get 25 gram balls, and that is enough to do it a couple of times. This, by the way, I forgot to say because I don't use it, was the crochet hook. Now it's quite a nice little crochet hook. I like the colours that you get. I'll show you the set that I got because I got the delivery as well. It's a nice colour, but I prefer ones, I've got ones with proper like handles on it that are I don't know what they're made out of, I just bought them online, but I prefer those to these because these really hurt my hands. So they're quite nice for a beginner. I don't know if people would use them or buy their own. And this is the full set of crochet hooks that I got. So they're pretty basic. They go from 7mm right down to 2mm. So I presume that that's the different sizes that we'll be using. Luckily I've got all those in my like handled form. So I did use this one to do my first Mickey square, but from here on out I'm just using my own crochet hooks. They are really nice as well, but just not for me personally. So that is the first Mickey motif. I'm sorry, I've not done one of these videos before, so I'm sorry if it's a little bit jumbled, but let's have a look through the rest of the magazine. So we have the Jungle Book plant hangers. I've not made those yet. I do think they look really nice, and my boyfriend's mum had actually made something like this to use hang up pen pots, so I might do something like that. You do get stitch skills, so there's double crochet stitch skills in there, which is obviously for the first square. And then I really like the first gift, which is this baby blanket project. Now I've not made the full blanket because I don't have a baby to gift it to, or a parent to gift it to I suppose, but I did make, if I can find them, some of the motifs. So these are at the bottom of the blanket that you can see in the image. Now I made the starfish, which looks like this. I think it's super cute. It looks a little bit like a flower as well, so depending on the context you could use both. And then the second one I made was the scallop. I had to undo this like 2 or 3 times, so that's what I mean when some of them are a little bit more complicated than just like a basic square. The scallop was a little bit more complicated. I do like how it turned out. I think it's quite cute. So there's a little bit more sort of information here about tension and making a slip knot, so basic crochet stuff, chain stitch. The Mickey bunting is quite nice, and then at the end we've got things to come in the next issue. So issue 1 I think was a really good issue to start you off. You've got some easy things and some more complicated things, and I really like how they sort of subsect it. So you have your throw, you have a gift, you have a home item, you have a quick and simple item, stitch skills and crochet essentials, pretty much in every issue. And I really like that they've done that, and I think that's why when we get the folder we'll probably get dividers, so you can put like all the gifts together, all the home items together, etc, etc. Let's have a look at issue 2. So this is issue 2, and I did have to wait for this one to come out. So first of all, I'll show you the square. This is the Moana square. It's made from half treble crochet and then these little flowers, which you just stitch on around here. I've just got a little 2 attached up there. I really like this one, and this is actually the size that the square should be. So this is, where's my Mickey one? This is my Mickey one. So this is what I mean when I say I either need to redo it or do some serious blocking, which is when you sort of spray it with water to help it keep its shape. As you see, it's rolling up the corners. I don't know. I'm going to try and block this one, but if it stretches, if it overstretches, I'll just remake it. It's not a problem. So this is the Moana square. I really enjoyed making this one. I really like the dark blue wool. I much prefer it to this sort of baby blue colour. I think it's just personal preference, but I really like this one. Oh, I forgot to talk about what you get in the issue. So in this issue you get this ball of wool, which was once as big as this, but obviously I've used it. It's 25 grams for the main Moana square. Then you got this purple one to make some of the purple flowers, and the rest of the flowers are made with the white ball from issue 1. So I think that's something that you need to be aware of if you do get this magazine, is that the wool that you don't use, you need to save. You can't use it for other projects, which is kind of frustrating at the same time, because like if you mess it up like I have, it might not be as simple as just undoing it, because when I messed up the first time I didn't realise that until I watched a few more videos and it had been a couple of weeks, because I just thought, oh, that's really weird that it's got these weird line things on it, but I wasn't sure why because I was quite new to crocheting. So yeah, that is a little bit frustrating. I think that obviously there is a bit of leeway in how much wool you use, but just be aware that what you get from one issue you will probably use later down the line as well. First of all, we make up the Moana garland. Like I said, this is just in half treble crochet, so I do like how this guides you through making a square and the basic stitches. So here we have a mini headband. Now I do want to make this, I just need to get hold of a headband first, but I think it's super cute. With Stitch Skills, we get half treble crochet, and then we get this jasmine shawl, which I really like. I just think it's going to take me quite a while to make, and obviously it's got 3 stars at the top, which I think is a difficulty rating. The thing I really like is the thumper storage basket, but the wool is obviously very thick, so I will need to buy that. I do want to make it, but I want to make the Bambi one more. So I might wait till issue 12 and then make both at the same time, because obviously I don't know what colours I need for Bambi and how much I need for Bambi. So I think I'll wait till issue 12 and then make both baskets. And then there's a little bit of hook size at the end. But I really love these magazines. I think they are so good. I cannot wait to carry on making them. I haven't yet started the issue 3, which is the Jungle Book Classic Granny Square. Obviously I know how to make a granny square because I've made a giant one here, but it will still be really nice to crochet another one. So that is the Disney Crochet magazine. Let me know what you guys think about this. Are you going to subscribe? Are you interested in crochet? Are you interested in these kind of videos? Let me know. If I do any more Disney crochet like outside of the magazine, I will probably do a video about it as well, because I do love a bit of crochet. It's become my new addiction. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Subscribe to this channel if you want to see more Disney content, and I will see you soon for a new video.